I wanted to read a poem before I close. I might get choked up again. It's called, I don't know when it was written. I don't know the date when it was written, but it's by a man named Paul Ortega. I don't know, I think he may be Hispanic and Native American, I'm not real sure. But it's called What is the Indian? What is the Indian? During a regular working day, I answer many questions about Indians from non-Indians, concerning Indians. The questions vary, and in some cases cruelly stated, but usually add up to one question. What is an Indian? They say he is a person who doesn't work. But gets a monthly check from the government. Others say that he is a lazy. Still others say that he is a man that who got a raw deal from the government. Therefore, he deserved what he could get from the government. Also, others say that he is a drunken that will never amount to anything. So therefore, the government should terminate and let him make his own way in the white man's society. Myself, I do not see an Indian in this same light as any of these other people. I see the Indian as a group of people, all different in their ways, but all held together by one certain bond called culture. I see the Indian as a group who fought for what was rightfully theirs and branded as savages. I see the Indian as a group who fought courageously against overwhelming odds, and after giving in and signing a peace treaty, living to see every single treaty broken one by one. I see the Indian as an individual who, when their country was in danger, went to the front voluntarily and gave their last full measures of devotion, not only in the Civil War, but World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam, and Desert Storm. I see the Indians as a group of people who are proud, and rightfully so, because they possess the secrets of life in which the white man has yet to discover. Because even in their broken English, they will tell you how important it is to gain an education in this modern world. I see the Indians as people who, when they crossed the culture barrier into this dominant society, became the best in their chosen profession, whether it be law, medicine, politics, trader, athlete, or fighting for freedom. And when I think of these Indians in this light, I think of the question, what is an Indian? And my chest suddenly expands, and I think to myself, I am an Indian. Oh, and that's all. Oh. If you want, I have some pine nuts here with some sandstone. I was going to show how we make our beads. So if anybody is interested, then you can come up and I'll show you how to do it. Maybe you can try to do it yourself.
Any questions?
Matthew, if I can.
Yes.
You know, Matthew said he wasn't trying to create a movement or hysteria, you know. But, you know, where we are, just by being here, you know, we're talking about our pride, you know, and this particular pride is not wrong. You know, that quote that I gave to you about that boarding school and the observation, that biased observation, how it said, you know, they're almost as good as white people, you know, but it's ironic because our people were here for thousands of years, learning how to survive these lands in here, you know, and that those new people came in here and for less than a couple hundred years, and they thought that they knew everything about that. But in our way, all that was given to us by the creation, by the creator of all things. Even like I said, even those new people came in here. And we were trying to understand where those people were coming from, but they never gave us a chance. They just wanted to take everything away. Specifically in this area for that yellow rock, gold. And so we are. It is a movement. But I think it's just like that solar technology. We're a passive movement, you know. We have a lot of love in our hearts. We have to, because you can't keep that anger in you. Not every day. You can't keep that anger in you. There's been so much that has happened to our family. So much has happened to all of our families, not just our family, but to every single race that's in here. Things have happened to your family, you know. You know, because they know I sing and I dance, and you know I pray every day. They said, I want to be just like you. I know you don't want to be like me, because my road, we call it the red road. He said, it's a very hard road. When you say you're Indian, it's not easy, you know. You have those people that don't follow, our own relatives that don't follow that. They look at us suspiciously. And then there's the other people that look at you suspiciously, you know. And they expect a certain thing out of you, you know, because you say you're Indian, you know. And it's just like you saw all those people up there. We don't all look the same. You know, we all look different, you know. And, but it is a passive movement. And I think that if we tell others about where we're going with our culture, and where we would like to be with our culture, then we might have some other team players for it, you know. You'll join our camp, you know, because now I'm going to show you how to sing and dance, you know, and I'll show you how to make a fire, you know, maybe the old way, you know. Some people still do that in their country, you know. But there's lots that can be learned about Indian cultures, about cultures in general, you know. We just have to be open to that, open in our heart, in our minds, and in our hearts, you know. And I think, Matthew, you did a real good job. I'm proud of you.
Rick. Oh, any questions? Anybody have any questions?
Where did Hitler get his idea?
For coming today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I came from Mendocino area. You know, when I'll talk a little bit about my family, but basically during the gold rush days, they took my great-great-grandfather and his son and two of the daughters, and they marched them to Mendocino, Covelo area over there. And my two great aunts were killed on the way over there, and my great-grandfather and his boy survived it. And then his daughter, which is my great-grandmother, was never captured. She was never taken, and she hid in the hills over here, and then eventually married and started a family. And that's where the Clark dynasty comes from.
This is the Kiomkawi medicine song. No India, 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 no India. No India, no India, no India, no India, no India, no India, no India.